Fox 4 News was first to report the child abuse allegations in the death of 4-year-old Leliana Wright. One of the big questions is how that little girl ended up in the care of her mother, a drug abuser who is now charged with her death. Today we talked to the judge who signed the order, and he wants answers from CPS. Natalie Solis is first on Fox 4 News in Grand Prairie. Natalie.
Well, Clarice, there has been a lot of outrage over this case, much of it directed at Child Protective Services and the family court that had jurisdiction of this case. Well, we wanted to know how much information the judges had when issuing the court order returning Leliana to her mother, and we got answers.
Anytime harm comes to a child, it's frustrating and it's heartbreaking.
Family court judge William Harris on the bench in Tarrant County, 21 years, as outraged as anyone when it comes to the death of 4-year-old Leliana Wright, who died, police say, after a heroin-fueled torture session by her mother, Jerry Casada, and her boyfriend, Charles Filfer.
She had bruising on her forehead.
The paternal grandparents, Jerry and Alyssa Clakeley, told Fox 4 there were many missed opportunities to help Leliana, who they say often appeared battered and bruised. One of those opportunities, they say, in December of 2014, when they showed up to court expecting a hearing before Judge Harris's associate judge, Diane Haddock.
We never got a chance to go and see this judge.
Couldn't even step in.
She didn't let us come in her courtroom because we were grandparents.
Judge Harris says the reason that hearing didn't happen is because attorneys on both sides said the parties reached an agreement, giving Casada custody and the Clakeleys visitation.
The associate judge did not hear a word of evidence, did not have one document admitted into evidence, based her recommendation solely on the representations of all of the parties and all of the attorneys of record.
Is she seeing Jerry Casada's arrest record? Is she seeing anything else?
That was not offered into evidence, no.
And if it's not offered into evidence, then the judge cannot consider it. Judge Harris does have questions of his own.
I want to know what CPS knew. I want to know when they knew it.
He says there's no court documentation of CPS's involvement, unclear when it stepped in, but potentially one reason why some critical information didn't come to light.
It certainly appears that there should have been a hearing on this case. It certainly appears that the court should have been given some evidence about the mother and about her circumstances. And I think it's tragic that the court never was allowed to hear that evidence.
Well, Judge Harris is on a fact-finding mission of his own. He says he has requested all of the information and material related to Leliana's case from CPS, and he says he hopes to get that information by next week. Clarice?
So, Natalie, if the family says they wanted a hearing, why did they agree to visitation? Because basically that would prevent the hearing where the judge might have heard more evidence.
Right. Well, we were wondering that question, and the family says that they were advised by their attorney to go ahead and agree with the agreement, that if they had gone before the judge, they could even lose a visitation. So they just said that they agreed, thinking that, that would be the best outcome. Clarice.
All right, Natalie, thank you.